my name's Honey Lemon. This is Honey Lemon Words, my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie TAG. No one's tagged me because I have not existed until now, so we're just gonna do it because I'm a rebel like that. Question number 1. Why did you start this channel? I have a really big passion for reading and storytelling, and I just wanted to make videos and discuss them, so that's the long and short of it. There are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube. I want to look more in depth into storytelling and books in my reviews and try and give very detailed looks into what worked and what didn't. And I hope my analysis is unique. So, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I think I'm most excited about reading more. I have the nasty habit of getting a whole bunch of books and then only reading half of them because life interference. And I don't like life interference. Nobody likes life interference, obviously. But yeah, I'm hoping that having this channel will help me read a bit more. Why do you love reading? I love reading because it takes the author's words, the description that the author gives, and their audience has to interpret it and create it inside of their imagination. That's something that no other medium can do. So, for instance, if you go see a film, you see exactly what the director wants you to see. You see exactly the way the director wants you to see it, based on the camera angles and the shots and the sets and the actor performance. Everything is tailored to the way the creator wanted to create it. Books are entirely different. When an author describes a character or a place or even a feeling to their audience will interpret it in their own fashion. So, two people can go see the same film and it will relatively be the exact same experience. Two people can read a book and come out seeing it in two completely different ways. And I find that really fascinating. What book or series got you into reading? I would say the book series that got me into reading at a young age would be the Cam Jansen book series. She was a young detective girl and she had a photographic memory, so everything she saw, she could completely remember perfectly every detail. And she used that to help solve mysteries, and I really like that. I was really into mystery as a kid. I'm still into mystery now, but I've branched out into more genres, and I read a little bit of everything now, so. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Mostly advice on booktubing. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing specific, just, any advice they'd give, I'm all for it. I've done my research before starting this channel. Yeah, any kind of knowledge, I will soak up like a sponge, so. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Trying to discipline myself to put out videos. I don't think I'm going to put out a ton at first, but I'll try to put out one every week when I can. I'm working a lot of hours because I need the minis, but I will, do what I can. This is my hobby, this is my passion, and, just a free-form discussion over here. What challenge? No, I already read that one. You call yourself a booktuber. When did you start reading? Funny story. When I started reading, I actually fake read as a kid. Fake reading. So what would happen, I was 2 years old, and I would force my poor, dear, sweet mother to read and reread and reread and reread the same picture book at least 3 times a night. Not the same, but like, you know, the same. Like, it would be the same few picture books. It was very particular. And then I would go up to one of my family members with this picture book that I had memorized because I made my mom reread it so many times. And I would read it off perfectly. Every single word I memorized. I could not read. I could not read at 2. But I could pretend to read at 2, apparently. And I freaked so many adults out. Oh boy. But yeah, that's what I did. I do have a very good memory in general. With words particularly, I can remember fairly well what people say. That's just a natural talent of mine. Yeah, when I actually started reading would be, I think, around 6, and I read pretty advanced books for a 6-year-old. I read like chapter books and stuff, like the stuff from the advanced reading pile, and I don't really remember any of those books, but I read them because that was my reading level. So reading comes pretty naturally to me in words and all that jazz. Where do you read? I read in the house. I just read in my room or the kitchen or the basement. I don't know. I read all over the house, mostly. I think I've only gone out to read in public like once or twice, and that was when I could not be at home for whatever reason. So I just prefer reading indoors because I know that I won't get distracted or no one will interrupt me, that kind of jazz. What kind of books do you like to read? I like to read YA books. That's mostly my comfort zone. I will probably branch out to adult books as I get older, and that I'll probably discuss them then, you know? But as for genres, I like to read all kinds of genres: fantasy, sci-fi, contemporary, romance, horror, anything really. Mystery, you know, I used to read mystery a lot more when I was younger, but I've kind of just branched out into a little bit of everything. And the kind of books that I'm more interested in reading, I particularly like to read books that try to do something different, even if it's like an interesting kind of writing style. I remember there was a series of books that I read in like grade 7 that was like written entirely in text messages, and I was like, I need to read this. This is this is cool. I've never seen anything like this before. And it was. I don't remember the story exactly, but I do remember that it was conveyed perfectly fine through text messages. So that was pretty cool. You know, so if a book has a very interesting writing style, I'll probably pick it up. If the character, like the protagonist, is not your typical protagonist, for instance, if it's like, I don't know, a serial killer, like, you know, this is not the typical kind of protagonist you'd ever see, or that kind of thing. And if in any other type of story, the protagonist is like the comedic relief, but it's the protagonist, and they're like following this big tough dude who's like going around and beating bad guys up, and it's like told from the perspective of Robin. I don't know. Like, something very interesting like that. Those are the kind of books that I'm more attracted to. I also like books that take inspiration or influence from like older types of work or fiction, like Shakespearean types of adaptations, or Alice in Wonderland, or fractured fairy tales, that kind of thing. I really like those because I like to see how things are adapted and how things are changed for a younger audience or an older audience, you know. It all depends. And yeah, that's basically my Booktube Newbie TAG thing. Yes, so I'm going to be posting videos that discuss writing, storytelling, and I'm going to be doing some book reviews when I can. And I hope you stick around for that, because that'd be great. So yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, please. Thanks. Yeah, that's it really. You don't have to, you can comment if you want. I don't know what you'd say, but just, yeah, go about your day. You do you, hun. Yeah, okay, thanks.